Welcome back, everyone, to Grand Tactician, the Civil War, as we attempt to hang on for dear life and hopefully turn this thing around and give ourselves a chance to win the Civil War. We're playing the 1863 Confederate campaign. If you haven't seen the episodes up to this point, there's a link in the description that will take you back to the beginning. You can see what we're up against. We've got finally nearly 300,000 men in the field, but we're facing over 500,000 for the Union. So no matter how much we recruit, no matter how many men we get into the field, they just add more. We're moving the Army of Northern Virginia over to Petersburg. We're going to hope for an opportunity to take Richmond, but we just suffered so many casualties that it's a difficult situation. I want to look at the Army of Northern Virginia and see what our numbers look like at the moment. You can see 80,000 men all told, but over 28,000 of them not fit for action at the moment. And that number does not seem to be going down any. Maybe if we sit tight for a little bit. Glorious victory at Fort Caswell. So they attempted to attack us there. Army of Tennessee, 68,000 versus 26,000. I'm not sure why. Oh, that's why. Second Corps, why not? We got all these reinforcements. They're just not close enough. All right, we're going to have to withdraw the Army of Tennessee. We need to get back to where all these reinforcements are so we can have this full force when we actually attack, or when we actually find ourselves fighting. So since his corps are moving, hopefully he'll run into the rest of these and we can get a battle where we get the full brunt of these forces. No, not just the Second Corps. Darn. I don't know why we can't. Union recruit offers bounties. That's not good. There's funding 2 policy. We've been working on that policy for a while now. That's finally done. Now what I want to do is free trade. That'll take 25 days. All right, we still, now this time we don't get the Second Corps as a reinforcement. I'm really not sure. I don't know if it's because we withdrew them, so now we're having this issue, but we do have a little bit of a chance here. We've got 5 hours where it's just the Army of the Cumberland's 20th Corps that we're facing. And we've got 26,000 men, but then he's going to get 28,000 reinforcements in 5 hours. So we've got a real limited window where we might have a chance to do something here. We're going to try and take advantage of it. Well, for the first time ever in my experience on the game, we get to fight on the Chattanooga battlefield, which is exciting because I'm going to be there next month to make some videos for the my other channel, which means we've got Missionary Ridge right here, and we should have Lookout Mountain right there. There we go. Interesting. And we're fighting against George Thomas. So that's pretty cool. We're going to have to be really aggressive here, though, if we want to have any chance at all. So I'm going to try to push forward with everything that I've got, especially with Forrest's Corps, because he's got cavalry. Let's see. Where's the Union going to be coming in from? Right here, Brown's Ferry. I would love nothing more than to sit tight on Missionary Ridge and let him attack me. I'm not sure I have that luxury with the time that we're looking at. I don't know. We'll see. So it's already telling me 3 hours away for the reinforcements for the Union. So honestly, I just don't see how I'm going to be able to defeat him and drive him from the field. It'll take me that long just to encounter him. So we're going to go ahead and go to plan B, which is we're going to go grab some objectives with our cavalry. And then we're going to park up on Missionary Ridge and hope we can make him come to us. It does look like he might be further out in front here. I tried to build parapets up here, but you just can't. Might be able to build breastworks, though. So let's at least try and do that. It's just something about the nature of how this is up here that you can't build parapets. All right, let's start building the breastworks. Okay, we're in position. George Thomas has arrived, and so now we're looking at this situation. Pretty much even numbers. I would love very much for him to move on me, but I doubt he'll do that. He's going to wait for more reinforcements. Perhaps, again, it may have been better for me to advance, but I'm pretty content to let him come at me, so we'll see. Okay, We've just spotted our first Union troops, and they're coming right at where I hoped they would come at. Problem is, we're running out of daylight. I don't know if my guns have line of sight from here or not. I'm certainly hoping they do. They may not be able to fire because of the men in front of them. I was hoping that they would be high enough behind them to be able to fire, but it does not appear that's the case. Okay. I'm going to try to shift. See if we can get some fire on these brigades, because it looks like that's where he's going to dig in. Oh, they're firing. Well, they say they're firing anyway. It's such a great defensive position if I can get him to attack me. So here's what I'm doing. At least for the moment, I'm going to move my guns forward so that they can fire. And when it becomes clear that he's headed toward me, which it looks like he might be, we'll pull him back. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and pull these guns back now. I might try to put these guns right in that gap right there. See if that's a good enough spot for them to actually be able to fire. Looks like Louisiana French volunteers might get the first crack at these guys along with Benji's bookkeepers. There's Louisianans too. I think they are. So a bunch of Louisiana troops are going to be at the forefront of this defense. Alright, we'll pull him out of there. Just in case he's planning to march on me. I don't imagine much is going to happen on this first day. Probably should have built this defensive line back a little further. Alright, he might be shifting over now. Let's be careful because I don't have much over there. I might bring this cavalry down. I've got Cav way out here too, just to guard against a flank attack. Hoping these guns will be able to fire from here. We'll see soon enough. No, they're idle. Darn it. Come on, they ought to be high enough that they can fire from there. Looks like they are now. Alright, let's dismount. Right here. Feeling pretty good about this. We'll see what happens. move up to this fence. You don't need to mount up to move forward that distance. Alright, it looks like he's going to dig in here, and that's totally fine with me. Let him do it. We're just going to pretty much sit tight, I guess. Let's bring this cavalry a little forward here, too. And I might go ahead and bring these guys in. At least to here, so they're a little closer if we need them for some reason. Wharton's division, I'm going to bring up as well. Bring Martin to right here. And then I think we're just going to sit tight. Let's see what happens. What's the numbers look like now? 70,000 men for the Union. I've only lost 79 men to his 500 estimated casualties so far. Alright, so it looks like he's actually over here significantly to this side. So we're pulling the cav back. I'm going to start extending my entrenchments down this way. And I'm going to bring some of these cavalry units over to kind of fill this gap while I shift the infantry over this way. And we'll see how all that works out. Fighting a bit of a delaying action here. I'd actually given orders for these guys to fall back, but they didn't quite get there in time. So now they're going to have to kind of fight a delaying action to slow these guys down while we get our defenses shifted over. Oh, no, 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 no. Alright, rather than work on the entrenchments, we're just going to have to tell Law's division to get moving. Don't take the road, you nincompoops. That's my fault. I should have told him, don't take the road. Alright, at least we slowed down 2 brigades. Forget building the entrenchments. Get over there. Artillery coming up too. How are we doing here, guys? So far, so good. You know what? I'm going to tell Benji's bookkeepers to come right up into these guys' flanks. How are we doing on numbers? About 2 to 1 still. We'll take that. Guys. Oh, don't let them get up the hill. They're gonna let them get up the hill. Come on, Hayes, get there. They're broken? That's not ideal. Fragmented. There we go. Start pouring fire on these guys. How are we doing down here? Ooh, that's a lot of losses. Oh, nice. We broke them. So here's what we're gonna do now. We're gonna get Whitfield to mount up, and we're gonna go after the guns. Oh, here they come. Okay. This is a bit of a mess over here because I couldn't quite get where I wanted to be. Hit those guns. Alright, we drove him back. Now let's go up here. We're going to be isolating Whitfield by a lot, and I don't really like that, but nothing is going according to plan right now, so. Our Louisiana French volunteers, they're going to have to come back over here. We need to drive these guys off in a hurry so I can get this line figured out. I'm going to have the Jeff Hawley guards work on these fortifications while I've got some overlap. I guess they were already dismounted. There we go. How's it going? Oh, pretty good. Pretty good so far. Looks like we did take the guns. Alright, that's enough of that. Let's fall back. Are you guys working on these? Yeah, they are. There, beautiful. We broke them. Now we can move the cab over here. Whitfield, let's get you back up here. I can't give them an order that they'll obey at the moment. I'm a little worried about the New York Copperheads. They're in a tough spot right here. Since he's only attacking with one division, maybe what I need to do is bring down some support. Well, there's actually two divisions if you count this one. Stop! Good, good, good. Yeah, let's bring Harrison over this way. It isn't ideal, but it seems to be going okay anyway. Bring Crew's Brigade down. We're going to try to get some extra fire on these guys. Hang on, New York Copperheads. I know you're in a tough spot. You guys have to have lost a lot of men. Not as many as I would have thought. Gonna be a tough one for Whitfield. He'll probably break eventually. He's outnumbered. Plus he's got guns on him. Now we're gonna have to come down a little bit, I think. Ugh, what a mess. There we go. Break them. Pour it into him, boys. We've caught him in some death traps up here. It's not how I wanted it to be, but I think it might work. Whitfield just, yeah, he's only going to hang on for so long. He's just getting pummeled down there. I need one of these brigades to shift over. Tallassee guards. I'm going to shift the Louisiana French Volunteers down here. Oh, actually, you know what? They broke. Let's pull back. Now that they broke, we have an opportunity to pull our battle line back. So let's do it. I'm going to pull this whole division back to here if I can. Alright, things are going to quiet down for a minute now. Alright, we've got most of our forces pulled back now to the defensive line. It's a little messy still, but I think it's going to work out okay. He's reforming over here, and that's a major problem. Or he's just getting around my flank, and it's an attack that I didn't see coming. Okay. Alright, Evander Law is going to have to bring his whole division over here. I'm going to try to pull this cav back over the hill and give them a chance to refit, reform. Dang, that flank attack is not what I expected. Good for him for doing it. 6,500 casualties on his side, 3,200 for me. That's 10% of his force, 7% of mine. Alright, here they come. I was trying to build some fortifications because it didn't look like he was moving. But now he's starting to. I rushed as many brigades over that way as I possibly could. I'm going to bring over some some artillery as well. I've got Law's division up here. I'm going to bring the New York Copperheads down here if I can. Smith, you're going to have to stay right there for the time being. Morgan's cavalry's about all we got here at the moment. Got Anderson's brigade coming up. Smart move by the AI, I'll give him that. Alright, here comes his order coming in now. Trying to move him up over here. heck, Anderson? You have orders. Get over here. The rest of his division's still back pretty far. This cavalry brigade's pretty fresh. Maybe we'll send them down to deal with this artillery. We'll send Smith to deal with them. We'll send Hayes as well, see if we can overwhelm this part of the line right here. Cannot get the New York Copperheads to move where I want them. Who got wounded? Evander Law, my division commander. Lovely. I just can't seem to get Anderson's brigade to move. I've given him multiple orders to do so. Now he's bringing in artillery over there. Run. Get over there. Chatham, get over here next to Anderson so he'll obey your order. Alright, let's see what happens here. Hoping this works. Anderson, go over here. It's not that difficult. New York Copperheads are finally moving. Alright, well, you at least move right here. Whoa, what happened here? 3rd Brigade. Oh, we got those units to surrender. Excellent. That's very helpful. So those guys we overran down here have surrendered. But our piecemeal defense over here is still not doing what we want it to. Gonna move some Napoleons up here, maybe they'll help out. We captured his 3rd Division artillery too. Alright, who else can we bring over? Wharton's division. He's got 5,000 men. This is a full-on assault by the Yankees at the moment. Anderson's still just basically worthless, and I don't know why. Advance. There you go. How are we doing here? Still about 2-to-1 casualties, so that's good. Problem is, it's not moving the bar too much. He's got 113 points in objectives, that's why. Can we send... Do we have some cavalry we could send around? Roddy's brigade. To start rounding up some of the objectives. New York Copperheads, man, they have been tough today. I've asked a lot of them. Bring the Louisiana French Volunteers over as a reserve. Let's send Jackson's brigade up there. Not entirely sure what's going on here, but we'll get it straightened out. Uh-oh. Morgan broke. Alright, get up there. Louisiana French Volunteers under Mouton. Still worried. There's a lot over here on my right. I feel like this is another one of those battles where I'll inflict crazy casualties on the enemy, but he'll win anyway. Alright, let's speed things along, see what happens. Yeah, he's going to get out here on my flank, and there's nothing I can do about it. Smart move by the AI. Wish he wasn't. Anderson's brigade's about to hit. Are they going to hit Sharpshooter 3? Or is that just 2 they just hit? Yeah. Get some more artillery over here. We got 1 gun giving us fits over here, it looks like. Or at least a couple of guns. 4 guns. Alright, let's take them out. My line is thin, though. I've got no help. And he's still trying to stretch and get around. More artillery coming up. What else can I send over there? We can send Forrest Brigade. How about Smith's Brigade over there? No, go this way. Let's say go right here. And then right here. Alright, we're hanging on. Harrison's brigade hasn't actually engaged at all. Let's bring them up. Man, and all of that, we just don't have a lot to show for it. Morale, routes, and losses are all looking good. Who's that? Jeff Hawley Guards. They've lost 1,000 men. Oh no, who broke there? New York Copperheads. Now that doesn't surprise me because we've asked a ton of them. Jeff Hawley Guards lost their brigade commander, and that seems to have done them in. Alright, we're going to actually reroute Smith to right here. Benji's bookkeepers we're going to send over there too. Man, and it's even shifting his direction now. Oh, another break. Darn it. Okay. Look at that. 6,500 casualties for me, 15,000 for him, but we still just can't hold the line just because he's just got too many men. We're going to keep trying, though. I'm not going to give up on this one yet. Just because we have inflicted so many casualties. Anderson's brigade has hit... Elite status. I'm going to pick a flag for him. I'll go with that one. Got this big hole in my line here. Oh, 3 brigades breaking. What else can we do here? Alright, let's move Roddy's brigade up, try to grab some more objectives. I don't know why Russell's going there, but I don't want him to go there, that's for sure. Cruise brigade, we'll just bring up right here for now. Bring Jackson over this way. Alright, Anderson, hang on, buddy. Let's get a look at that new elite flag. Lovely. Oh, they're marching right through that hole in my line. Well, he's pulling back a little bit on this side, but advancing here. Oh, what a mess. Where's Russell going? No, 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 Russell. He just charged out there on his own. We're having some ammo issues now. Come on, Smith, get up there. We just broke on the right. There's really just not a lot left for me to hold with. I think it's time to pull out. Alright, let's do it. Okay, so 2-to-1 casualties, and I think if there's a lesson to be learned from the last few battles that I've fought, not only in this episode, but the 1 and 2 before that, it's number 1, the AI is getting smarter. He's doing things I previously would not have expected him to do, which is a very good thing for the game, but very bad for me in the situation that I'm in right now. The second thing is I got to stop sitting back and being defensive and think that a strong defensive position is going to be enough to keep his overwhelming numbers from defeating me. I'm going to have to be more aggressive. Unfortunately, that's the only way I've got a chance. So those are the lessons I've learned. Let's see the situation after this battle. Alright, let's take a look at the situation. Obviously not our whole force even got involved in that fight, but we're going to be falling back. Officer loss report. So Evander Law wounded. That's cool, we're getting those reports now. We're going to wrap it up right there, but here's the situation. 565,000 in the field for the Union, 300,000 in the field for me. We're getting most of our recruited units. I've only got maybe 3 or 4 more units to recruit, and we'll have all of our patron units, at least the ones that are on the initial list. I've got to go in and look and see if I've got any messages from people, things like that, to take care of. But you can see there's not too many more that are recruited that haven't hit the field already. So that's the good news. The bad news is we're still incredibly outnumbered, and this is going to be a great challenge for us to have any chance. But that's a good thing. It gives us something interesting to do. I think now with the improvements in the AI and the way the AI is recruiting better, that even an 1861 campaign is going to be a lot more interesting. So we'll see how it all goes, but let me know your thoughts. Use the comment section below, and we will be back on Monday with another episode. Thanks for watching.